So, what's the latest on the port strikes? It seems like they're really starting to impact the economy.
It's a real mess, and it's only getting worse. The strike is now in its third week, and there are already reports of shortages and rising prices for certain goods. The longer it goes on, the more likely we are to see a real impact on the economy.
I've been reading about the Taft-Hartley Act. It seems like a pretty controversial piece of legislation. Do you think Biden will invoke it?
It's a real hot potato. The unions are vehemently opposed to it, and Biden has said he doesn't want to intervene. But the pressure is mounting. The National Association of Manufacturers and the National Retail Federation are both lobbying for the president to step in. And the longer the strike goes on, the more likely it is that Biden will feel the heat.
It's interesting to think about the history of the Taft-Hartley Act. It was passed in the aftermath of World War II, when there was a lot of labor unrest. It seems like a lot of the same issues are at play today.
You're right. The law was designed to curb the power of unions, and it's been used to break strikes in the past. But it's also been criticized for being anti-labor and for undermining the right to collective bargaining. It's a real balancing act, trying to protect the interests of both workers and businesses.
I'm curious to see how this all plays out. It seems like a real test of Biden's leadership. He's got to balance the needs of the economy with the interests of organized labor. It's a tough spot to be in.
Absolutely. And it's not just about the economy. This strike is also a test of Biden's commitment to organized labor. He's been a strong supporter of unions in the past, but he's also got to be mindful of the political realities. If the strike drags on too long, it could hurt Democrats in the upcoming election.
It's a fascinating story, and it's one that's going to be playing out for a while. I'm sure we'll be talking about it for weeks to come.
You're right. This is a story that's going to have a lot of twists and turns. It's a real test of our democracy, and it's going to be interesting to see how it all unfolds.